Oh yeah.
So that was the last I've heard about the videos.
Oh yeah, we
I don't know if that's changed since she left.
we had them. Oh, she's gone.
Yeah, she left. She flew out this morning.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, we had some whales taste testing our cameras the other day, and blasting us with boogers too. It's a very distinct smell, their breath.
Wasn't there a researcher that came up here to do research on a beluga knot?
Yeah, they have little petri dishes that they hang out, and so this, say this one coming up, probably in a moment to take a breath, they'd collect a sample of that spray that's coming out, and then from that they're able to determine the stress hormone cortisol, like see if the animals are under abnormal amounts of stress. They can see what toxins they're coming in contact with or absorbing. There's a few different things they're able to tell from. Yeah, so I don't know what kind of results they got, or if they're able to go through any of the samples they had, or if they're just collecting them for now. And it'll,
Later.
yeah, but it'd be interesting to hear about it. I'd be surprised if they found that the animals are stressed here. I can't see that happening. I mean, that's just my opinion. And also, one of the papers that I read was on the effects of tourism in the boat traffic in the Churchill estuary compared to the St. Lawrence. And they concluded there was we weren't having any sort of impact on the whales or altering their behavior or anything, but the St. Lawrence, it's kind of a different story there. They're having a bit more of an issue. They've also got larger boats, more of them. There's a lot more noise pollution, and yeah, so it's putting a lot more stress on the whales. But here they seem to be pretty chill. We got a big group and a little calf there popped its head out of the water behind the boat. There, it'll come up again right there in a second. Well, that little calf is going to poke up right in a second here. It's right on the back of that adult. Right there. Yeah. Maybe get in the camera. I don't know if they'll be able to see that far.
Roger, Roger. Me and the Beluga Whale were just up here about maybe 15 minutes ago. It was really good. You know, to home base. You got a copy?
That's that same one. Enjoying the prop wash right now. Well, here comes a bunch more. Yep. These guys are cruising pretty good too. They're singing a little bit.
Parts will be ready at our dock at 12:30.
Well, they seem to have bailed on us.
We have a white whale lodge guest on board that next time at the lodge. That is astonishing. I haven't met too many people with
Well, they must be sneaking up on the cam, and I'm missing them. We're still getting photos coming in. Just checking out a few here now.
They're really chatting, aren't they?
Yeah, they're starting to make a bit more noise. It's good. Getting a little more active. We're getting back up close to C North 2. We got a few whales hanging around their boat, it looks like. Oh, no, we got one pulling up behind us and a little calf there. See if they go by the camera. They're looking like they're going to. Oh, right here, right behind you. There's a little baby. Oh, they're getting out of the way. I'll just idle here for a second and don't want to spook their whales. And we're sure getting lots of photos popping up here. There we go. So much nice. Well, the wind's died down a little bit now, but sure is. Yeah, a little bit. Just nice not having the big waves. I'm just asking if they're responding to whistles. People make noises when they're snorkeling with them, and they seem to respond sometimes. I think the whales are just wondering, what we're up to just as much as we're wondering what they're up to. They're just very curious and inquisitive, and they like to come check us out. Makes my job a lot easier. Otherwise, I'd be cruising around trying to hunt down whales all the time and figure out where they're hiding at. But it's very easy because they want to come see us too, so they'll respond to noises. And like Rob with the cello the other day, that was a good example of that. And they seem to respond really well to his music. A little calf again. That's a cool noise. Pardon? Oh, we've had a couple cruising by, yeah. There's a large group of adults. Southern girl said we got a good guest on the boat today. Said you're doing a good job. Oh, and there's the underwater photo there too. Man, I'm missing them going by the camera because I keep getting these pictures. It's just tough for me to see today in the water. All kinds of images coming up. I don't know if it'll help with my glasses off. Usually they help so I can see deeper in the water. Nice to just sit and listen to them sometimes if they're singing. Pardon? Yeah, he's just hanging out there. Lingering around. Oh, we're losing all the ground that we made up to Cockles Point. Yeah.
Oh, there's one coming up behind us right now.
There? Oh, yeah. Right for the camera. I wanted to mention to Stefan, next time I chat with him, we seen a lot of real big adults yesterday out in the bay, and all of them had curled pectoral fins. And they were wondering if it's a way to differentiate between males and females, and I think they've determined now that it's not, because they both get that, I guess, but as they get older, it seems to happen more as they get this, like right at the tip of their pectorals, they get these little curls in the fins. It was very obvious yesterday in the whales that we seen, especially with how clear the water was. Actually, these images here aren't too bad. Like they're, seems like it's the water's more murky than what it apparently is. Oh yeah, heading our way. Whole bunch of them. Probably. Yeah, mostly. Looks like it. All the ones in the front were. Holy. A lot of them there. Oh, I got one coming up right now. Now we can try to troll and see if they'll hang out with us. They like it when you kick the motor and it makes them start squawking. Sometimes when they're close by, when you put the motor in gear, they'll all start chirping. Just you seen all the bubbles come up and stuff too. It's the place to be today. The place to be today. Yeah. A lot calmer too. All the winds died down a bit as well. So it's nice. No, I'm not worried. Not yet, at least. We're getting lots of photos, so that's good. Yeah, you guys are live on explore.org. Well, we got some whales on my side. Looks like they're heading the opposite way. Yeah, you guys noticing at home too that you could hear that click on the hydrophone every time I kick the motor into gear, shift out of neutral. Yeah, and the other day we had a lot of that. The whales just start howling away when we do it. And sometimes they dive and they disappear, and then other times they'll hang out with us. So I'm always kind of leery, especially when C North 2's here. We don't want to spook the whales. Pardon? No. Oh, here we go. Fluke out of the water there. They're rolling around. Raptors are flying in. I can't see in the water at all. Over here? Oh yeah. Yeah, they're kind of keeping their distance today. They're not especially interested in the boats at all, it seems. Hopefully that group will head over. There's a lot of them. It's on the starboard side, like straight out from us pretty much. Big group of them. Mostly adults by the looks of it too. Wondering if we should try to see if we can get someone to follow us, but that one's kind of hit and miss right now.
Looks like there's a couple coming towards us now.
Oh yeah. Like that other group there, they're going away from us. We don't want that. These guys are gonna cruise by. Just for a quick peek, and then they're gone. See if you can make them sing. Let's see if we can get them to follow us. A little bit. I'm gonna do a loop here. There's another group right there. See if these guys will. They're heading the opposite direction too. Yeah, they're just not interested in the boat. It's gonna be one of those days. Still lots of them around though. See, they sound just like birds sometimes. Canaries of the sea. I want to go chat with them, but they're getting pretty close to shore. Sea North 2. kind of headed in our direction. There's a little calf. Yep. Take a dive, another one there. It's a little calf there too, I think. Kind of petered out now. Maybe we'll head back upriver. Looks like Sea North 2 is doing the same thing. They're gonna go up to cockles now. Quieted right down. Question about what the whales do after dark. The whales sleep. I don't not necessarily through the night. I don't know, maybe they do, but when they do sleep, they just shut off one part of one hemisphere of their brain. That way, they can have some activity still enough that'll keep them breathing and aware of their surroundings somewhat, just in case any dangerous situations arise. I don't know if it's specifically at nighttime. I'm sure the activity does quiet down. Oh, there we go. at night, but I'm also guessing because of their echolocation, they don't necessarily have to rely on sight or anything. They could probably feed and everything at night as well, just like bats. But that's not for sure. I can't say for sure. How far is Ottawa from Hudson Bay? Like, oh, quite the trip. Yeah, it's a long train. Did you? Oh yeah, I guess yeah. The trains were down when you got here. Oh yeah, it's a long. I took it from Thompson, and it's Thompson's about 400 kilometers south from here, and it's a 16-hour train ride from Thompson. And I think we're 1,000 kilometers from Winnipeg. So yeah, it'd be basically almost 2 days. Pretty nuts. It's a long train ride, or it might even just I guess depending on how many stops they make. The stops take up a lot of time. The train goes so slow. They probably go faster the further south you go, because up here you can't go as quick because of the muskeg and the tracks aren't as stable. Well, as soon as Sea North 2 took off, all of a sudden we got a few more whales popping up. Wow, the wind just died right down. It's really nice now. Oh yeah. Heading this way. No real rhyme or reason to them today. They're kind of just all over the place, doing their own thing, taking a day off. Oh, that scared me. Big bubble. Oh yeah. Couple of them back there. It's going to be getting tougher and tougher to make our way upstream. The tide will be heading back out now, so it's going to be going against the current. Bunch back there. Just looking over towards the mouth too, make sure there's nothing crazy happening over there, but Can't see any whales. I saw one come up, but that was about it.
Okay, so it's a no-go.
What a screech there. So did you guys get to do much else while you're in town? Did you have a vehicle to go explore or anything like that, or?
On occasion, yeah, since we're going to some volunteering at the Civic Center,
Hmm.
occasionally we have a vehicle available. Most of the time we're kind of restricted to stuff in town,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But we did get the chance to go to Churchill River.
The what? Oh, yeah, Ithaca.
Yeah, Ithaca.
Yeah, that was cool. Did you go at low tide, or?
Yeah, low tide, so we got to walk right up to it and check it out, and that was
Yeah.
really cool.
It's neat. I've been close to it. We've gone out to like Bird Cove and Rock Point and all those spots nearby. I haven't walked out to it yet though. I want to get back out there and do that little hike one day. It looks really cool though. It seems like it'd be super sketchy though to go inside. They say people do, but God, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I stayed on like the bottom part because the warm part isn't like easy. It's just
Yeah,
yeah, you can definitely
it's pretty rotten now, eh?
yeah, pretty. I was like a little uneasy about exploring too much. So.
Yeah, yeah. Simon, who was with us a number of times, kind of near the beginning when we first were getting out on the water. He's been coming for the last 13 years, and he said it's a very noticeable difference. That big section out of the middle of the hull that's basically rotted out. He said that never used to be there. You couldn't see through like you can now. So, yeah, it'd be cool to go check it out, but I won't be snooping around it too much.
Exactly.
I'm sure it'll collapse one of these days.
It'll be a sad day.
Yeah, it's been there for a long time. Did you go see Miss Piggy and stuff too? And
Yeah, we saw that. We went out to see that in 13, like towards the start of the season.
oh, okay.
That was pretty cool too.
Yeah, I like that spot. The mural on there now is really neat. It's really nice. Lots of old wrecks around town. I can't remember what the ship at the launch is called, but that one's holding up really well. It's a big rust bucket too, but it's pretty cool. No? Yeah, I can see a couple out near Sea North too. Oh, that looks like an adult there. Is that mic still on, or they're saying it was quiet?
I might have turned it off by accident.
Oh, okay, that's fine. No, I was just seeing here that it was quiet over on that side of the boat, I guess. So yeah, that switch is pretty easy to turn
Yeah.
on and off. So I guess the boat over at launch is the tugboat Graham Bell. That's cool. Yeah, I think people earlier in the year when we were out here were talking about the difference in steel. Like maybe that, why it's lasting so long. It's just better
Yeah.
quality, heavier duty. And then yeah, it's the Ithaca, the SS Ithaca that's out on Hudson Bay, and that's over by. I don't know if it's like Bird Cove, Rock Point. I don't know if that's actually on a map or if that's just what the locals call those areas. So
Yeah. I can't
kinda,
remember.
yeah, it's difficult if people want to look it up. I'm sure actually you could probably just type in Ithaca on Google, and they'll probably might show where in the bay it is, but it's just ways outside of town, in between past the airport, turning at Lazy Bear maybe,
Looks like an adult.
around there.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh no, that's fine. I'm just kind of brainstorming out loud. I'm trying to figure out what the best way to describe where the Ithaca is. There's got to be photos online, I'd imagine. It's pretty cool to see though.
Oh, there's one behind us and one over there.
Yeah. I don't know if that one's gonna come by the boat. Looks like it. Might get to see him in the camera.
Oh, we got two over there, coming up.
Oh.
Yeah. It looks like an
Gotta
adult.
go
and a juvie.
right underneath.
Yeah.
Cloud just posted a photo of the Graham Bell, the one at the launch there. It's the first tugboat put into operation at the port of Churchill in the 1930s. Although decommissioned many years ago, it remains at the port and rests quietly along the shore on Hudson Bay. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I said, although it's super rusty, it's in pretty solid shape. You got to see the other tugboat that they got here right now cruising around. Actually, twice. We've seen it 2 days. Oh, and we got a picture of the Ithaca. Oh, and it's a winter photo. All frozen over.
Got one behind us.
Oh, a little juvenile too. Group right there. Oh, one right underneath us. They're kind of just popping up all over. Those guys just seem to be floating around at the top, taking a rest. Oh, and Cloud also post Ithaca broke its rudder in high winds on, can't see the date, September 14th, 1960, I believe is what that says.
We've got some up in front of us.
See, it's been there a long time, since 1960.
I know, eh?
Yeah, coming up on the anniversary soon. We were out on the water for, I think it was August 8th when Heather was out, and that was the anniversary for when the fort was taken over by the
Yeah.
French. Oh, these whales came right up to us. Oh, that's a big one too. Let's see if they'll follow us. They're headed in the opposite direction, but maybe we'll get lucky.
I see some towards the port.
This one here. Oh, I hope we're not losing signal again here. Something what was happening yesterday. The page isn't loading. I guess we'll find out soon. Does it still say you got a thing on your phone? Yeah.
Yeah, I got a signal on my phone. Oh,
Hopefully it's just a little glitch here. Yeah, it's not loading.
looks like there's a couple behind you. Over there.
Oh yeah. And one right there. Oh, there we go, we load it up. I don't think, I'm just looking at the message board about us being protection for the whales if there's a predator in the water. Well, there hasn't been any predators out yet that I've seen, aside from polar bears around, but they're pretty safe. It's not often a polar bear will luck out and catch a beluga whale, I don't think, in the summertime, but I'm not sure if they would look to us for safe haven. I think right now they're just, like I said, just super curious and wanting to hang out. I'd honestly, if I seen orcas, I'd probably be steering towards them, so I had to go see them, so I doubt the beluga whales would want to hang out with me. Oh, they're getting tougher to see now. The sun's behind the clouds and it's getting lower.
Oh.
They're down there though. No, we're in a little hot spot here now. A few whales in the area.
Oh, looks like there's one, maybe two over there.
Yeah. I'm not sure where the best spot to go is now. A few whales kind of just spread out.
Oh, there might be one. Maybe not. I thought I saw
Pardon?
a whale up ahead. Like,
Oh, whitecap?
yeah. Maybe I was just looking a little too hard.
Yeah, it's tricky
seeing
when
stuff.
when it starts getting choppy out. It's tough to see them. Yeah, it's nice. Kind of take it for granted the past few days how easy it's been to spot the whales because it's just been so smooth. But yeah, it gets quite a bit more difficult in the rough water.
Oh, there might be some coming up behind us.
That wind got a little cooler too, just now. Still no real nasty storm clouds headed our way yet.
They are starting to look a little taller though, so.
Pardon?
The clouds are looking a little taller though than they have been, so something's definitely brewing.
Yeah, I think we'll be off the water by the time it causes too much trouble though, it seems like.
Yeah. Looks like we might have one behind us somewhere, but I ain't seeing it yet. Oh? Oh, right there.
Couple back there, eh? Some right behind the boat. Oh, that was a little calf there.
Aww.
Just popped up. I got a few.
Oh, there's some more over there, port side.
Yeah, there's a few hanging out now. Those ones speared off. The calves, they only come by, like they just check us out quick and then they
Take off
peel
again.
out all the time. Yeah, I don't think they want to spend too much time around the boat. Just come by, satisfy their curiosity, and then move on. Groups are all mixed up today. There's not a lot of usually you see groups of just the adults or juvies, or didn't see as much of that today. Now we got at least 6 or so behind us. Jinxed it as soon as I said that they took off. Huh. I got some interested visitors. Actually, that one's getting pretty close to the camera, it looks like. Let's see what it... Well, the wind's starting to pick up again and it's getting colder.
Oh, got one coming up from my side.
Yeah, we've still got quite a few behind us, or 4 maybe.
Oh, it looks like there's some up ahead.
There's some coming straight for us, it looks like. Maybe they'll turn around. Oops. Oh, big group of them.